Hello everyone, and welcome to this in-depth exploration of one of Africa's most iconic and revolutionary figures, Thomas Sankara. Often called Africa's Che Guevara, Sankara was a military officer, Marxist, revolutionary, Pan-Africanist, and the president of Burkina Faso from 1983 to 1987. In just 4 years, he transformed a poor, post-colonial nation, challenging imperialism, corruption, and inequality. But this story is also one of betrayal and tragedy. This video will take you through his life, from his humble beginnings in colonial Upper Volta, his family and education, his military rise amid coups, the revolution he spearheaded, what he fought for, his international alliances, his personal life, and his untimely deaths. We will dive deep, drawing on historical facts, quotes, and insights to paint a full picture. Thomas Isidore Noah Sankara was born on the 21st of September 1949 in Yako, a small town in what was then French Upper Volta, a colony in French West Africa. Upper Volta, named after the Volta River, was a landlocked territory exploited for its resources and labor by the French. It gained independence in 1960, but the shadows of colonialism lingered in poverty, corruption, and foreign influence. Sankara came from a modest, mixed ethnic background that reflected the diversity of his country. His father, Joseph Sambo Sankara, was a military policeman who served in the colonial forces under the French. Joseph was of Silmi Mosi heritage, a blend of the Mosi people, the largest ethnic group in Burkina Faso, and the Fulani or Pearl, the pastoralists. This mixed lineage placed the family in a lower caste within Mosi society, as Silmi Mosi were often seen as less privileged. His mother, Margaret Kinda, was of pure Mosi descent, from a family rooted in the region's traditions. Thomas was the third of 10 children in a large, close-knit family. Sankara excelled in his studies, particularly in mathematics and French, the colonial language that was key to advancement. His proficiency in this subject stood out. Teachers noted his sharp mind and quick grasp of complex concepts, which would later serve him in military strategy and political rhetoric. As a boy, Thomas was energetic and curious. He played guitar, enjoyed sport, and was drawn to stories of resistance. Witnessing the inequalities of colonial rule, French officers living lavishly while locals struggled, sparked his early sense of injustice. His father's service in the military exposed him to discipline, but also to the hypocrisies of power. By his teens, Sankara dreamed of change, rejecting priesthood for a path that could directly challenge the status quo. At age 17, in 1966, Sankara joined the military academy in Ouagadougou, the capital. This was a pivotal choice. The army was one of the few avenues for social mobility in post-independence Upper Volta, but the country was unstable. Upper Volta's independence in 1960 brought hope, but also chaos. The first president, Maurice Yamigo, ruled until 1966, when economic hardship and strikes led to the country's first coup. Colonel Sango Lamizani, a military leader, took power in a bloodless takeover, promising stability. Laminza held elections in 1970, but returned to full military rule in 1974 amid ongoing crisis. In 1970, at age 20, he went to Madagascar for officer training at the Antseribe Military Academy. There he witnessed a popular uprising in 1972 that toppled the government, students and workers demanding change. This radicalized him, introducing ideas of revolution and anti-colonialism. In 1974, he gained fame for his bravery in a border war with Mali over the Agache Strait, a useless conflict he later denounced as unjust. In 1980, amid strikes and corruption under Lamizani, Colonel Saïd Sebo led another coup, establishing the Military Committee of Recovery for National Progress. Sankara, known for his integrity, was appointed as Secretary of State for Information in 1981 under Sebo, but he resigned in 1982 protesting the regime's repression of unions and media. Then came the 1982 coup. Major Jean Baptiste Ouedraogo overthrew Zebo, forming the Council for the Salvation of the People (CSP). Sankara was named Prime Minister in January 1983, giving him a platform to advocate for radical reforms. As Prime Minister under President Ouedraogo, he pursued anti-imperialist policies, but conservatives in the CSP saw him as a threat. He was arrested in May 1983, sparking public outrage. Compaoré, a fellow captain, became Sankara's trusted ally. When Sankara was in prison, Compaoré organized a coup on August 4, 1983, the August Revolution. Troops loyal to Compaoré freed Sankara and installed him as president of the new National Council of the Revolution, CNR. At just 23, Sankara took power with Compaoré as the second in command. As president, Sankara led the democratic and popular revolution aimed at true independence. He fought against neocolonialism, corruption, gender inequality, environmental degradation, and poverty. His motto, "He who feeds you, control you." He rejected IMF and World Bank loans that indebted Africa, promoting self-reliance instead. Amid revolution, Sankara had a private life. He married Mariam Sareme in the late 1970s. She was a supportive partner, sharing his ideals. They had two sons, Philippe and Augusta. Born during his rise, Sankara was a devoted father, but his duties kept him busy. Sankara's reforms threatened the elites and foreign powers like France. On October 15, 1987, during a meeting in Ouagadougou, troops led by Blaise Compaoré stormed in. Sankara, refusing to fight his people, was assassinated and shot 7 times along with 12 aides. He was 37. Compaoré, his best friend, his trusted ally, who was once his second in command, claimed power, ruling until 2014. Many suspect French involvement. As Sankara challenged their influence, he was buried in an unmarked grave, but exhumed in 2015 for investigation. Sankara's legacy endures. He inspired movement for justice across Africa. Quote, "You cannot kill ideas." Burkina Faso honors him with memorials, and his story reminds us of integrity's power. Thank you for watching. Sankara's life shows one person can ignite change. Share your thoughts below. What aspect inspires you? Subscribe for more African history. Until next time, stand upright.
Qui grimpe une pente raide, qui a à gauche, à droite des précipices, il est obligé de pédaler, de continuer de pédaler, sinon il tombe. Alors, pour rester moi-même et pour me sentir moi-même, je suis obligé de continuer dans cette lancée-là.
Vous vous sentez isolé en Afrique?
Mal compris en tout cas.
Mal compris, mal aimé?
Mal aimé. Ouais.
Le jour où vous attendez que Blaise prépare un coup d'État contre vous, ce ne sera pas la peine de chercher à vous y opposer ou même de me prévenir. Ça voudrait dire que c'est trop tard et que ce sera imparable. Il le connaît tellement de choses souvent que personne ne peut me protéger contre lui s'il voulait s'attaquer à moi. Il a contre moi des armes que vous ignorez. Donc, s'il prépare un coup d'État, il faut là être vraiment fataliste. Il faut se laisser aller. C'est imparable.
Mais au fond de vous, vous ne pouvez pas imaginer qu'il puisse en reparler.
Non.